What is up, Dokkan player? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Blaze. Here we are back with another Dokkan battle video. And today, before we start the video, of course, hopefully you're having a very good day today. So today we have some very interesting news. Shout out to the homie I seriously for the leak or the hint, whatever you want to call it. But he is a data miner, and you guys can see here that with a little hint, we have your Dokkanfest pan after the worldwide celebration is the next Dokkanfest celebration for global. Which is pretty interesting, right? Because when we take a look at the campaign for JP, the Resurrection F for Goku and Vegeta are actually supposed to be the next Dokkanfest celebration, but Global decided to switch it up and actually bring here GT Fest Pan as the next celebration, which again is pretty interesting, right? So we take a look at the celebration. This is actually not a bad celebration, and one of the reasons why is because besides the new Dokkanfest, we actually have tons of EZAs for free to play for the Summonable LR, and of course here we have your the Peppy guys as well that are also getting an EZA, and also we have your the Rising Dragon Carnival banner, which is pretty interesting. I will say it's kind of a trap banner, but we do have your Chila, who's actually very good, and Fasha, who's also a very fantastic unit. But when you're coming out for the Worldwide Celebration banner, I mean, the new characters are just way better than these girls right about here. But I mean, I don't see a lot of people even talking about them besides their first release because they're that broken. But after their celebration, no one's really talked about these girls right about here. So again, I probably would say for most global players, you don't want to summon on this. And also we should also be getting here, of course, a new prime battle for Tien and Shao Tzu, or actually Tien right about here. This LR is actually has very good animations and very good OST, so I'm actually pretty hyped for this. But this is again gonna be pretty interesting. Now, looking at the banner for Pan, it's actually not the greatest either because, again, we're just bouncing back from a worldwide celebration. And really, the only good unit on this banner, I'd probably say, besides the Pan, is, of course, going to be here Captain Ginyu. The rest of these units here are actually still very fun to use, but they definitely aged out with the newest content, where now they almost need kind of like an EZA to be taken very seriously. Like, for example, in the Ultimate Red Zone, like both this Gogeta and the Super Saiyan GT Vegeta, if you are against here the Metal Core Cooler, they just get turned into like puddle water. Like they're just not as good defensively if you're trying to get that super class mission. But overall, the banner, again, there are only two good characters you actually want to try and get here, which of course is Pan and also as well as the Captain Ginyu. I'm not the biggest fan of Giru and also Trunks just because their stats aren't really the greatest. And neither am I a big fan of Pan here as well because Pan, her leader skill is going to be here, of course, when you actually fully awaken her. She's going to be a leader here for Bond of Friendship or Dragon Ball Seekers 170. And if you're part of GT Heroes, you get an extra 30%. I mean, very good for, of course, your full power Super Saiyan for Goku, the tech version. But, I mean, I'm not going to waste like 1,000 Dragon Stones just for one character. So, again, GT Pan is actually very good. The only thing that's actually kind of like funky is that her damage reduction. So after her first attack, she no longer has that damage reduction. So if she gets super after she super attacks, she basically is to take a lot of damage, which again is a huge flaw. A huge flaw for this character. So I'm not the biggest fan of GT Pan, but if you love Pan, then by all means, I guess you can summon. But I highly recommend not to summon for this character. But again, looking at the schedule for this overall, it is pretty interesting, I would say here, right? Because now, what does this mean for the future timeline for Global? Is that since we have your Pan as a celebration, that means October we have your Pan and also the Rising Carnival, and then for November we have your Tanabata, where we're gonna get here the new the new Trunks and Vegeta. Which is by far a way superior banner compared to GT Pan. Where you also want to make sure that you're going to summon on this banner right about here and not on this one, just because this one is definitely worth more your stones. And the first banner with the Tanabata for Trunks and for Vegeta should be dropping November 4th, give or take, right? The beginning of November is where we'll be getting here the new Tanabata LRs, with also Goku Black here as well. So that means that for the beginning of November, we actually get here, again, the Tanabata Celebration units. And then towards the middle for part 2, we're going to get here, of course, here the LR Fusion Zamasu right about here as the yellow coin banner. Now, I'm not too sure if it's going to be still a yellow coin banner because now we've been introduced with the carnival coins here. So again, very, very interesting. But now we have your Fusion Zamasu, which again is a very, very good character. But I probably would say you want to hold back just because, again, you also want to save for the Hero Celebration, which is later on in March here. But again, still a very, very good card. And then when we take a look here back at the campaign here again, technically what's supposed to happen is that after the celebration, we should be getting here Resurrection F for Goku and also for Vegeta here. And this is also very interesting for global players because for part 2, we do get here, of course, here Golden Frieza, which is a fantastic LR. But this might mean that for the end of December, because it'll be for part 2, that might tell global players that this character is actually going to be a double rate banner, which is again very, very good. Now I'm a little bit two-sided or like uneven about this Frieza right about here because now that we've been playing the Worldwide Celebration, I feel like this Frieza, like if you have this Frieza fully easy and rainbowed, there's almost no need really to actually get this Frieza because this Frieza has constant 90% damage reduction as long as your HP is above 40%. And if you're rocking this Frieza on a Wicked Bloodline team, you already know you're not really getting below 40% because you have characters. Actually, go here to Wicked Bloodline here. You have a lot of characters that are actually very good defensively, and on top of that, they also heal up here as well. So we have here, of course, the new physical LR Cooler, which heals you up at the start of turn and also at the end of turn here as well. You also have here the new STR Cooler that has Metamorphosis as well. You have this Frieza that's also healing up at the start of each turn. You also have your the EZA Metal Coolers that's also healing you up. So really, it's just very difficult, I found, you know, when rocking that team build to actually get below 40%. So again, I'm a little bit uneven for this Golden Frieza, if you should summon him or not, but it is double rates. But again, this Frieza is going to be very, very good, and personally, it is also a huge W for global players because that means in the timeline for December, Golden Frieza is going to be a double rate. So again, really going to be really interesting to see the timeline here for global. And then after that, it's going to be here, of course, a new Dokkanfest here for the JP players. So again, pretty shocked here that Pan is going to be the next Dokkanfest. Again, I feel like a lot of people thought that the Resurrection F was going to be the next Dokkanfest for global players, but it seems here that Pan is in fact going to be the next Dokkanfest, which again is not so bad because again, when you look at the celebration, there's actually a lot of characters. If you don't pull the new character right about here, you still have like the older characters that are getting easy A's and are pretty good, I would say, overall here as well. Because look, we have here 2 easy A's right about here, free to play. We have here, of course, GT Trio that gets an easy as well. You also get here, of course, a new Prime Battle TN, which is pretty, you know, he's decent, of course. So already looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 new characters ish, and of course here you have your another 4 more characters for the Extreme Z area, which are pretty good. And then you have here, of course, the Carnival characters, Chile and also Fasha. So this will be pretty interesting. We also have a spot that's also available for Extreme Z Battle because this actually released on global quite early, right? Was this during the 7-year anniversary? I think it was, right? Let me take a quick look. This was released on global August 8th. So yeah, this was basically during the 7-year anniversary. So again, I'm not sure what unit we can get here that's gonna get an Extreme Z Awakening, but we'll just have to wait and see here. But still, this is gonna be a very jam-packed, kind of small celebration for a lot of global players. All right, so that's gonna be it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit the like button, sub for more videos coming down below. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Are you guys hype? Are you guys not hype? Or you guys prefer that it was gonna be the Resurrection F celebration for the next Dokkanfest for global, right? So again, I'll say thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace!